throughout Australia. This is 3AW's live coverage of the 2017 AFL Premiership season.
Yeah, welcome back. Saturday night footy here at the MCG, and what is a magnificent night, and it's been a great game of footy, hard contest, and at the moment the Hawks have an 8-point lead. That's after the Bombers took in a 13-point quarter-time lead. And in the other match that's being played at Metricon Stadium tonight, where I thought that Gold Coast would just rock up and get the points, well, we're about 6.5 minutes or so into the second quarter there, and Gold Coast have kicked the last 2 goals, but they still trail by 30. So it was a really good start by the Brisbane Lions. A couple of goals to Zorko, and Robinson has got them into a strong position there. Can they hold on? Well, can the Hawks hold on? They've worked their way to the lead. Came at, I think, in the 23rd minute of this match was the first time they stuck their nose in front. And Matty Lloyd and Mark Bickley, can they keep it there?
Oh, I think they can. I think that both teams have been so wasteful. Between the two sides, 11 goals, 18. The amount of players who could have been hit up for both sides inside 50, and they've missed opportunities. I thought Cyril was just on for an open goal right on the half-time siren. Could have put themselves another goal in front, but it's anyone's game. I love the way the Bombers try and take the game on, Chriso, but as I said, is it sustainable throughout this second half?
Yeah, it's a big challenge for them. Bix, where have you got the Hawks? A couple of high-profile losses, but a couple of good young ins. Where do you see them in 2017?
I have them just dropping down a little bit in the 8. They're still in the 8, but I've got them 7 or 8. And the methodology behind that, even last year, they won 5 games by under a goal last year. They had 17 wins. Generally, there's a bit of luck involved in that, and if you split that and take 2 or 3 wins off, I reckon that's probably where they are. I think they dropped slightly, losing Sam Mitchell. I think him and Lewis, they're both on-field leaders. And you think about the games they did win, the close ones against Sydney and Adelaide last year, quite often it was Mitchell and it was Lewis who were third man up. They used the ball and they actually manufactured a way to win. I just think they'll lose a little bit of leadership with those 2 guys going.
Australia limping along to 7 for 262. Christo, they were 1 for 150.
Oh, yep. They were flying with a big partnership from Warner and Smith. Smith made 113. But unfortunately, it's not looking good.
No, Warner made 56 outside of that. Renshaw 1, Sean Marsh 4, O'Keefe 4, Hanscom 8, Maxwell 8, and Wade still there on 43.
Who's in with Wade?
At the moment, I would say...
So Maxwell's out, is he?
That Cummins is at the crease now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's interesting. This game, I think it's so big. I know round 1's just equal points that you get in round 2 and 3 and 4 and all that, but just the momentum. We see St Kilda today. They went in so excited about their season. They lose Nick Revolt maybe for a couple of weeks. They go to Perth next week to take on the West Coast Eagles. So huge game. Luke Hodge comes back next week. He'll strengthen the Hawthorn Footy Club. The Bombers have got a few to come back as well, so it's a big second half for these 2 arch rivals.
Yep, just having a look at some of the players that have got some upside. I reckon for the Hawks, Roughhead is still working his way into the game. I think Luke Brewston and Jack Gunston really haven't been as devastating as what we expect from those 2 guys up forward. And Isaac Smith, he got a little bit busier in that second term. He had 6 disposals in the second term, but I still think we haven't really seen him put the ball under the arm and extend the legs and really run and carry it. And when he starts to do that, the Hawks play a lot better. So I reckon there's still a little bit of upside for the Hawks, probably a little bit more than what the Bombers have got.
And I'd say, too, I don't think there's been a forward that's taken the game by the scruff of the neck yet. I'd say Danaher and Hooker have been okay, but nothing special. And down the other end, Roughhead's been pretty quiet. Vickery's been quiet. So Piopolo quiet, Bruce. So I think that's where the game will be won. Who can kick 2 or 3 goals for their respective side in this second half?
Mick Warner, just quickly before the bounce.
Cyril Rioli, the only real injury. It's just the heavy strapping, but he's fine. He's out there.
Good on you, Mick. So, third quarter about to get underway here. Hawthorn lead by 8 points. Not a great bounce by the umpire. Favours McAvoy. He got it to Langford of Hawthorn, who kicked about 15 metres forward of the pack. Coming hard to meet it was McGrath. He soccers off the ground towards half forward. Loose ball coming. Well done, McGrath. Followed up his soccer. Awkward low-looking kick inside the attacking 50. Hooker couldn't handle it. Spills to Langford. Handball off to Fantasia. Got to his feet very quickly after he fell over. He tried to get the handball back to Langford of Essendon, Kyle Langford, but he couldn't prevent it from going over for a boundary throw-in. About 5 metres around from the behind post. Essendon in their left forward pocket. Gee, they'd love an early goal in this third quarter. Boundary throw in, McKernan, McAvoy. McAvoy wins it down to Mitchell, another possession, but he gives it straight to Merritt, who snaps with the left boot from deep in the pocket. couldn't bring it back far enough, are behind to the Bombers. So they move to 5-9-39. Hawthorn a 6-10-46. The margin is 7 points on the Muns scoreboard.
Well, already Merritt, after a very good first half for Vic Super, player of the game. He's active as the ball gets kicked back into play, and good strong mark by Stratton in front of the pack. He's an half-back for the Hawks. Kicks the ball to the wing. Brust with the flight. Takes an easy mark. He kicks the ball to the edge of the centre square, and Shields, who kicks the ball long towards the goal square. In front, Gleeson tried a toe poke. It was too cute. And Isaac Smith got an absolute gift.
You're spot on, Carl. And what Gleeson does, and he's got a bad habit of doing it, is he takes his eye off the ball and he just worries about his man. And so he had no idea what was going on there. I thought he got himself out of it, and the ball fell out the back. So he just panicked there on that last line of defence, and that's a big blow there. They need that first goal, the Bombers. They didn't get it. I'm really impressed with Andrew McGrath, but Bruce just got away from him there. And as I said, Gleeson on the last line of defence looked too shaky, and it got out the back.
Yeah, just their ball movement, the Hawks, they're really clever. So Bruce gets it, and everyone's about 50 metres away, and their masters are just doing a 15-metre pass, then rolling on, and they kick it over the congestion, and that's what they did there. They got over the back, and Smith kicks a goal.
The worrying sign for Essendon is their two leading goal kickers, the Hawks, last year, haven't kicked a goal yet. They've got 7 individual goal kickers, and that's Gunston and also Brust.
So on the Muns scoreboard, it's the Hawks by 13 points. The kick towards half-forward really got up high, and in doing so has given away a free kick.
Yep, put the size 9s right into the back of Goddard, I think it was.
Well,
no.
Hartley, perhaps. Hartley's got the free kick in any case. He kicks it short to Bagley, who marks it centre half back at the centre square. Handball to Merritt, put him under the pump, but he did brilliantly. Half lost his strides as he comes towards the centre of the ground, kicks it long towards half forward. Danaher got hands to it, couldn't take it. Front and centre, Heppel bounces it towards full forward. Over the head of Fantasia, ball tracking back to the goal square. Coming in, Zaharakis did well, good pressure. Burgoyne, he got the handball to Fantasia, kicks around the body. What a goal! Fantasia, brilliant stuff. He's kicked 3, and that certainly is a goal of the night for Pancake Parlour.
Lovely.
Wow, that was something pretty special. And on the Muns scoreboard, Muns, the lawn fertiliser specialist, Essendon have their 6th, 6-9-45. Hawthorn 7-10-52. The margin is back to 7. Early going in this third quarter. What a goal, Mark Bickley.
Yeah, look, I tell you what, he's clever, isn't he? That one there. He actually he took the handball and had to pirouette on one leg and actually kick it over his left shoulder, and he did that at great pace. That's a really clever goal. Lordy, you talked about there was no real dominant forward. Well, he's got 3 just into the second half. He might be in for a handful tonight if they can get enough ball to him.
And playing on Sean Burgoyne as well.
That was his 11th possession. 6 kicks, 5 handballs, 3 goals. Good performance. Langford for the Hawks kicks inside the attacking 50. It's now off hands. Hand pass comes back from Hurley to Bagley, who socketed it. Schoenmakers, hand pass, Brust, tackled by Goddard, got his hand pass to Langford, who tried to bounce pass. Gleeson, tackled by Rioli brilliantly, dropped the ball, picked up then by Ambrose. He went to Watson, called to play on. Bagley, Goddard fans didn't like it, but Essendon are out of danger. Fantasia tried to knock it down with his feet, soccer style.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
It was almost magical, but in the end it didn't quite work out for him, and the ball goes out of bounds. 7-10 to 6-9. Muns scoreboard, half forward flank it is at the moment for the Hawks.
McKernan wins it down the path of Watson, couldn't take it. Heppel can, although it's a high contact.
He's gone, isn't he?
On a Hawthorn
Is he
player.
knocked out?
Langford.
And he'll take the free kick. Will Langford up to his feet now. Quick handball off to Mitchell with the left boot. He kicks it to within 20 metres. Rough heads up in front. He marks strongly. That was a mark of the day contender for Robot Building Services. The Robot's got it for all your building supplies, and he stood at the front of the pack, held his ground, and he marked strongly despite the Essendon defence applying plenty of pressure. He's marked 25 from goal, angle 30 degrees, near the right forward pocket, kicking to the city end. Jared Roughhead drills the goal, dead centre. And they come from everywhere. In fact, every Hawthorn player gets to Roughhead as they celebrate the captain, the new captain's first goal as captain, and that's pretty inspiring. Hawthorn now 8-10-58 on the Munns scoreboard. Essendon 6-9-45. The margin is back out to 13 points. We've played 5 minutes on the Ray White clock. Third
You know what? That was Jason McCartney-like. Remember after the Barley bombings?
Yeah.
I mean, it may have, probably in those stories been the last goal that we thought they might have ever kicked, but it's great to see that unfold in front of us tonight.
Absolutely fantastic. Michael Hurley just got lost. He just lost the body contact, and there was good work by Rufford. He stood in the front of the pack, expected the contact, didn't come, but he still took a great mark and kicked the goal.
So there's the bounce of the ball. They're underway again. McKernan toiling hard. Won by Mitchell of the Hawks. Kicks the ball forward. Pushing Schoenmakers. Against him Hartley. Still pushing and shoving. Hartley eventually won the ball. He got it to McGrath. Hartley got it back at ground level. Off to Gleeson. Off to Heffel. Then Zaharakis. He went to kick it and then dropped it. Now Shields paddles it out. Got it to Burgoyne. Tackle Puopolo. Very well tackled by Tip and Woody. Footy comes back eventually, and the kick in by Giray. Marking contest, Bagley, and there's a bomber that went down before that, and free kick to go against Bruce. It'll go to McGrath. He hand passed the ball to Goddard. Goddard in short to Merritt, and the Bombers again steady after a good attacking move by the Hawks. Biggest lead in the match for them, 13 points. To the back pocket. Hurley to Stanton, defensive 50. Finds McKernan. He's got some room to move on the wing.
He has indeed, and he's got a loose player as well, and he finds him with a beautifully placed kick. Danaher between half forward and wing. Kicks it in ball, missed the target. Hooker was free. Picked up instead by Vickery. Handball to Hartung at centre half back. Further handball to Frawley running past, who now kicks towards the wing. Now McDonald, Woody is down after a shepherd from Tom Mitchell, and he's going to take the free kick just inside the centre square at half forward. So he's up okay. He chips towards Danaher. Gee, that was hard to mark. Danaher couldn't take it, but at ground level, Green gathers. Well, he's kicked from 30 metres around the body. Should have been a goal, but he didn't get enough on it. And Vickery, standing at the top of the defensive goal square, simply marked it on his chest. He kicked short into the back pocket, and the mark's taken by Henderson. 45 plays 58. Hawthorn in front by 13 points.
Could have been a momentum changer there. The Bombers, if they had gone forward and got a goal, would have been a big lift.
Well, there's a couple of greens butchered tonight. He missed what was a pretty simple shot running into goal earlier. As a hand pass comes from Gleeson to Hartley. He goes back to Goddard and now to Merritt, who is in the centre square, the forward half of, and his kick goes up in the air. McKernan tried to slap it on, comes back to him, hand pass Goddard, 55 out, he drills the ball to Zaharakis, can't mark, well done Burgoyne. Crum to Parrish, and he offline, out of bounds on the full under pressure.
Good pressure from the Hawks.
Stratton.
Yeah, Stratton, and also there was a fist in, I think, on Zaharakis from Burgoyne.
Zaharakis should have attacked the ball a bit more venom there, Matty. He would have been able to mark from 20 metres. Meantime, Hawthorn working out of defence, but the numbers with the Bombers. Ambrose with an opportunity. Handball is okay to Kelly, who handballs to McDonald, Tip and Woody, who kicks towards half forward. Denner's got a lot of work to do. He gave away a free kick. No, Zaharakis picks it up, kicks it towards full forward, and the mark's been taken by Kyle Langford of Essendon. 30 from goal. Now, he's put him round. Now, that is ridiculous. He's put him round on an angle. He never marked it there, Matty. He's put him round on about 5 metres around from where he should be, and he's put him on a 60-degree angle. You can hear the boos from the Essendon fans. I'm not sure what the umpire was thinking there. Langford, 30 metres from goal, 60-degree angle, drop punt on the way, and he missed it just to the right. Would have been a goal if he had have kicked it where he was meant to.
You would have just told the umpire, Lordy, nah, you got me in the wrong spot.
Essendon 6-10, Hawthorn 8-10, 2-goal difference, 9 played in this third term on the Munns scoreboard.
Burgoyne, Birchall, back to Burgoyne. Nice little sidestep around Green. Back to Birchall. Now to Gunston, back pocket. Kicks the ball out towards the defensive 50. Hartung now, as it was fist away from Giray. Kick falls in short, and it is.
Oh, Goddard on free at centre half forward.
Not happy.
Oh.
So Hooker, that's 70 out. Sets the ball up in the Danaher direction. He got it. He was in behind the two.
He'll play on here.
No, he won't.
He'll still snap it though, Chris. That wouldn't surprise me. He'll still go for the snap.
He does the Stevie J.
Yeah, he does.
Been watching him.
I watched them train last week, and I didn't see him practice a traditional shot. It was all snaps from on the right and the left.
Well, that must be because he's not confident.
No, and they're all watching him, the Hawks here.
So here we go. He's going to banana the ball, and it's failed, and he should just go back and kick it normally rather than doing that rubbish. That's a behind.
I agree. I'd never teach him that way, but that's how he's being taught at the moment. And now all the players, like Buddy Frank when they used to close in on him, they're doing the same to Joe Daniher, which looked to put him off there.
So from fullback, Henderson kicks it long. McKernan, big decisive fist at the fall. A chance for Zaharakis. Been a little bit out of sorts, David Zaharakis tonight. Picked up by Shields, but he kicks it straight to Goddard, who kicks quickly. McDonald, Tip and Woody has taken the mark. Gee, that's an exquisite kick from Goddard. Hit him lace out. And a handball now off to Stanton from 50. Driving kick, and he's kicked it. So Brent Stanton kicks a goal from the paint at 50. That's a goal of the night for Pancake Parlour.
Lovely.
And Essendon have a 7th, 7-11-53, the Bombers. Hawthorn are 8-10-58, and you've got to give it to the Bombers. They've persevered. The margin is back to just 5 points on the RACV Business Insurance scoreboard. Call 13-RACV for all your business insurance needs. Play 12 minutes third term.
You can't help but be impressed by McDonald, Tip and Woody. His pressure when he doesn't have the ball is outstanding, but when Essendon have the ball, I've just been watching him, his movement, he's forward, he's back. That time there, as soon as Goddard took possession, he pushed off his player and gave a really strong lead. It was a great kick by Goddard. Must have just realised it was just out of his distance, and he handed off to Stanton.
Bounce in the middle. McKernan with a run of it. Taps it to his advantage. Well cut off by Langford. Ball at centre half forward. There's a trip, and I reckon Langford is going to get the free kick here against McKernan. Hand pass to Isaac Smith, who kicks the ball out towards the wing position, and Tom Mitchell, who's been busy. One of the leading possession winners so far in the match.
Yeah, number 23.
30 for Merritt. As the ball's kicked inside, attacking 50 for the Hawks, and there's a contest, and Ambrose has taken them up. There's a Shepherd, and it's going the way of Hawthorn, and Vickery, I think, is going to get the free kick here. Wow.
We'll have to watch it on the Yarra Valley Toyota replay. Yeah, well, look, it was there because he took his eye off the ball, just trying to pick up the player. Gleeson. He had his.
I'm not sure he moved necessarily off his line that much.
Yeah, but he looked at where Vickery was coming.
And that's a cue for the umpire, isn't it?
The minute you're looking at the opposition player and you block his run, you're always in trouble.
Brisbane is talking about trouble. Gold Coast 10-3 to 3-4 so far at Metricon Stadium. Brisbane thumping the Gold Coast Suns as Vickery gets very close to the man on the mark, and his execution is poor. So the goal kicking hasn't been that fancy all night. Look at the scoreboard. They've had a lot easier shots than what it's telling us. 7-11 to 8-11. The margin is now only 6 points at almost the 14-minute mark of the third quarter on the Mun scoreboard.
Well, that's one thing you normally can rely on with Ty Vickery, that he does kick straight. Doesn't need a whole lot of chances, but he's let himself down.
Sorry, Biggs, but a shocking kick in. They've turned it over. Hawthorn with an opportunity. Gunston deep in the pocket. And well done by Gleeson. He gets across, applies pressure, and forces it over the boundary line. But that was almost a catastrophe for the Bombers. A boundary throw in, 15 metres around from the Hawthorn goal, deep in their right forward pocket. Daniher against McAvoy, comes back towards Ruffhead, held a long time in the tackle. No free kick, comes to Bruce, left foot snaps a goal. It's a beauty, and a goal of the night for Pancake Parlour, if you don't mind.
Lovely.
So every time Essendon draw close, Hawthorn have got the answers.
And that is their 9th goal kicker, Christo.
Incredible.
9 out of 9.
9 out of 9. So well done to Luke Bruce. And now on the month scoreboard, the Hawks 9-11-65, Essendon 7-11-53. The margin back out to 12 points. 14 minutes played, third term on the Ray White clock.
Just want to watch the Yarra Valley Toyota replay, where he come from. Yeah, it's sometimes unforgivable as a defensive group if you let a player charge through like that. I'm not sure if it's young McGrath who's on him, with Darcy Parish, I think it was, just trailing in there, had to get goal side of the dangerous Luke Bruce.
Gold Coast have just kicked a goal, 3-4-22 to 10-3-63. They're approaching half-time at Metricon Stadium. But it says volumes, I think, when you look at the Hawks. No multiple goal kickers, just so many different options there. Vickery almost gets the ball down the throat of a teammate on the burst. It's held up by desperate Bombers defence, and it's about 30 to 40 metres out from the Hawks' goals.
Mitchell really starting to have an influence on this game. He's prolific possession when he's now getting centre clearances as well. He's for 24 at the moment. That's on the Southern Star stats.
Ball knocked out by McAvoy. Goes towards the boundary with O'Meara again, giving it a little bit of a help on its way. probably shoved Merritt Fair in the back. He went sprawling to the ground and the ball went to the boundary, and again it will be thrown in. Inside 50s, 34 to 37 in favour of the Hawks, so it's marginal, which is the reason why we've got a tight scoreboard. Couple of goals in it in favour of the Hawks on the Munn scoreboard as the hand pass came from Hurley to Watson, and he chips the ball in short to Parrish. Doesn't look out of place, does he? For a young player in only his second season, he chips the ball along the line. Not a great kick though. Giray beautifully tackled, and Kyle Langford should be rewarded, and is.
Giray hasn't had a massive night. Haven't called him a lot. He's just had the 5 disposals, and that one there tried to get around him with a bit of a fake. Didn't work.
Kick comes in, the mark taken by McGrath. It was a lateral kick, and McGrath goes back to centre half back to James Kelly, who comes to the northern wing. Mark taken by Stanton. He's got loose players everywhere. He chips it onto the logo. Mark taken by Hartley Orgy. Not a great handball to McGrath. Allow Puopolo to come in, smother the handball. Kick forward by O'Meara. In the way. Chance for Hurley. Did well to get boot the ball under a tackle, but it goes only as far as Roughhead. He handballs to Stratton. Back to Roughhead. Just forward of the centre line. He chips it wide. And the mark's taken there by Shields. He drives it long towards full forward. Contest. They need to get a fist. Hurley, ball to the back, and it just goes through a for a behind. Hurley shaped the fist and missed it completely. So behind to the Hawks. Kelly plays on very quickly and kicks it into the back pocket. The mark taken by Heppel. Hawthorn 9-12, lead by 13 points. Essendon 7-11.
Now download the AFL Fantasy app or go to the AFL website, afl.com.au. You've got Merritt leading the way, 97 points, Mitchell on 84, Goddard on 78, Parrish 75. Some of the leaders in this match as Tippin Woody kicks the ball to half forward. Green, bouncing footy, pats the ball well to Fantasia. Back to Green, man in the square. Can he hit him? That's the question. Yes, he can. And he's going to play on, you'd expect him, and he misses. Langford has missed the snap. He had teammates everywhere, and he has flopped it.
It's amazing players in the modern game, just how they've lost their nerve, and it's a cop-out. It's a cop-out that they don't want to go back, take their 30 seconds and have a shot.
So let off there for the Hawks. Kick comes into Hartung, who kicks short. The mark's taken by Mitchell. Still inside defence at 50 at left half back. Southern side, Hawks to the city end in this third term. He kicks wide with the left boot. Target was Bruce, but he's kicked it out on the full, so a rare mistake. McGrath with the free kick, kicks it laterally to Heppel, wants to draw a player, feeds the handball back to Stanton. Can he find a target? Yes, he can. Watson, beautifully placed kick, and Watson has marked 49 from goal on a 30-degree angle, perhaps 40-degree angle. As the crowd, the Essendon fans in particular, roar. Their favourites are now. He handballs off. Here's an opportunity for Hurley, who kicks to the goal square. Sicily almost. Snap from Fantasia. It's Fantasia's kicked his fourth. And how he managed that, I'm not sure. That is incredible stuff. Another goal of the night for Pancake Parlour.
Lovely.
And Fantasia's kicked 4. That was brilliant and keeps the Bombers in touch. On the Munns scoreboard, Essendon now 8-12-60, Hawthorn 9-12-66. They're back to within 6 points. And Matty Lloyd, you better describe that for us.
Unbelievable. Just he grabbed the ball. I remember Daniel Wells kicked one out of mid-air and won goal of the year from the goal square. With this one, he was having all the Hawks players about to grab him, and he just dropped it onto his boot out of mid-air. It was brilliant. Fantasia, the most influential player on the ground now. And Mickey Warner, you spoke about Clarko in the first half being agitated. He's going off up in the coach's box now.
In fact, he's just come back downstairs, Lordy, so that's 3 quarters in a row. He's not happy.
Hey, Bex, just on Fantasia, 8 score involvements, including the 4 goals, 1 behind his kick, because there's a big tackle as I'm turning around talking to you blokes. Great tackle there by Job Watson, that is. Oh, his kick's a shocker. He's turned it over. Oh, he's been clean bowled like a couple of Aussies in India, as the ball now has been won by the Bombers. The Hawks win it back, though. Oh, some horrible play there as it's kicked out by McAvoy. Good take there by Bruce. He cleaned it up a bit, didn't he? Tips the ball out into the path of Poppy. Puopolo, hand pass over the top to the run of Isaac Smith. He's got a burn or 2 on him. He chips the ball to the pocket of Vickery. And Vickery has been paid the mark. He hasn't got far to go, about 35, slight angle, and if it's anything like his last shot, he's no guarantee from here.
Tell you what though, you could sense the arena was about to erupt. They kick a great goal, they get one out of the middle, they're going forward, and everyone's about to get behind them, and then They put together a play, Brewster, Puopolo to Isaac Smith, perfect pass to Vickery. Just sucks the oxygen out of the any momentum that the Bombers had.
And Joe Watson had that opportunity. It was like the under-10s where the ball just slipped out of his dropping hand.
Well, he's got a Dennis Lilly run up here, Ty Vickery. He comes in, he eventually kicks the ball, and he has kicked it horribly. Well, he's got himself a couple of behinds now, and he joins a couple of others on the Bomber side of the fence, actually. 2 to Langford, 3 to Danaher. They've been the inaccurate players so far.
Short kick comes into Hurley in the back pocket. He drives it long for the Bombers. Now Hooker's got to contest this. Well done by Stratton. That's decisive. A 30-metre fist over the boundary line.
It's interesting, isn't it? You can punch it 15 rows back, you never get paid deliberate, but if you dare come off the side of your boot and it dribbles out of bounds with a kick, you're in trouble.
I just watched some of these banned players, Mick, from last year, because I think Hooker has really blown up already, so we'll see how they run out the game.
Now Watson copped a high tackle after that boundary throw-in from Roughhead, but the umpire said it was okay, incredibly. So a ball up between wing and half forward for the Hawks. Vickery wins it down into the path of Shields. Little hole by Merritt. Goddard put the head down, couldn't take it. Mitchell handball to Shields. Handball over the top towards Henderson. Well done, Collier slipped in with great zest and pace. Gathers the footy. Left foot now towards Heppel. Gibson fell over. Heppel sucked him in. Got him under the footy. Got a loose player over the top. Short kick from Heppel's marked by Danaher. He's got a loose player in the forward pocket. It's McDonald, Tippenwoody. Danaher, the handball back towards Heppel. Ball now long in towards the forward pocket, but Hawthorn are there in number. Burgoyne, but he kicks it straight back to Green, who marks the attacking side of the wing for the Bombers.
Drills the pass to Goddard, onto his right.
No.
Gee.
No.
Cyril is there. Well done by Parrish. Knocked the ball out of Cyril's hands and then delivered beautifully to Zaharakis. Only 15 metres away. Virtually.
I reckon it was 8 metres away.
Okay, 8 metres away, but it's been paid and he's going to have a shot.
Well, you don't see Cyril make many mistakes, but that was a poor kick by Goddard, and Cyril had the opportunity to mark it. It just slipped out of his fingertips, and Parrish was there to mop it up and just delivered beautifully to Zaharakis. This is a big kick. This is a big kick to put him within a point.
23 minutes gone. Third quarter of play. Munn's scoreboard. Zaharakis moves in. His kick is... The crowd's telling you the story. The umpire gives us the all clear. Zaharakis has kicked his first goal of the night. Fantasia has 4. Hooker has 2. They're the only multiple goal kickers in the game. It's been a good spread of goal kickers. Essendon 9-12-66. The Hawks still lead 9-13-67. Munn scoreboard.
Yeah, you mentioned Hooker is just having a bit of a spell at the moment. Just looking up forward, they've got the big fella in Danaher up there, but everyone else is fleet of foot. You're looking around at Green, it's Parrish, Tippenwoody, so Dyson Heppel's having a rest up there as well. So the last thing they want to do here is just bomb it in long and high, because you know that the Hawks, they sag off. Blokes like Gibson and Birchall will get across there and help out. They need to make sure they pinpoint the ball going forward.
Half time and in the Q clash, and it's the Lions 69 lead, Gold Coast 23. So the Lions by 46 points. Here, just 1 point. With Hawthorn in front from the centre. Hawthorn get it forward towards centre half forward. Coming out Rioli, put his body in. Now it spills to Mitchell. Left foot snap, vacant, goal square, ball bouncing. Through for a behind. Just offline. So Hawthorn now out to a 2-point advantage. 9-14 plays, 9-12 on the Munn scoreboard. 24 minutes played in this third term. Just under 5 minutes left of game time, so it will be a long quarter.
With those 4 points for fantasy, Mitchell up to 95, Merritt 97, so he might go past him in this quarter. And influential has it is Roughhead's hand pass, turning it over Zaharakis, the goal kicker, just moments ago. Off to Fantasia, who has 4, to Tippenwoody, who's been lively. Sweeping hand pass to Danaher, who's been shocking with his kicking on goal. As he kicks the ball long this time to a teammate, floating back the skipper. And Heppel has taken the mark right next to the goal square, and you'd think this would be a certainty from here, Lloydie.
Yeah, it should be, and they're straightening him up there, but it's amazing what a good field kick Joe Danaher is.
Take the sticks out.
Yeah, exactly. He just never misses around the ground.
Well, I couldn't miss him in the passage of play. I did roll in another sledge as we now see the captain. This would be again to take the lead back after being headed at the 22.5-minute mark of the second quarter. They now arrest back the lead at the 25.5-minute mark of the third. Essendon 10-12-72. The Hawks 9-14-68. The Bombers by 4 points on the Munn scoreboard.
Yeah, and then once again, when they move the ball by hand and short pass, they look really dangerous. You mentioned Lloydie at half-time. Can they keep up the intensity? Can they keep this run and gun style of play going? At times they've struggled, but that one there was from a kick-in, in fact. They won possession at half-back. There was a series of handballs, and Heppel got in behind. Funnily enough, the ball was a long kick-in by Danaher. He had to clear the hair out of his eyes as the ball was coming in. Once he did that, he was no problems at all.
But it's Fantasia and Tip and Woody, the two guys who have been sort of sparking this side all night. They were involved again.
Essendon have kicked 4 of the last 5 goals. They lead by 4 points and they go forward again. Long kick towards Hooker. He's out, got Hansford, couldn't take it. Danaher with the crumb. A rapid gunfire soccer out of nowhere. And they've kicked it out on the full. Now, where did that soccer come from? Was it a Hawthorn player?
Danaher, I think it was.
Danaher.
Well, that's what I thought. But Green is claiming the free kick. Now...
No, you're going to throw it in because I don't know who kicked it, I think. That's what the umpire's saying.
So a boundary throw-in. Now that's an unusual decision. Clearly was out on the full. So McKernan battling with McAvoy, picked up by Hooker, a quick snap. It'll land top of the goal square. Danaher couldn't take the mark. Well done, boys. Free kick to Danaher. 15 metres out, directly in front. Now, Matty, what's he going to do? Will he kick around the body here?
He can't from here. So he's pretty much directly in front, 20 metres out.
The man stands at 14 metres exactly, so he'll kick you from 20. Surely he can run in and kick this. And this to increase the Essendon lead to 10 points. It's been a remarkable turnaround in this quarter.
Close your eyes, Christo.
Joe Danaher, he's kicked 1-3, drop punt on the way, conventional, he's kicked it just, he made the goal, umpire work, but it's a goal. 2 to Danaher, and Essendon now take a 10-point advantage as we close in on three-quarter time on the Munn scoreboard. 28 minutes played. Essendon 11-12-78. Lead Hawthorn 9-14-68.
Yeah, well, that was Hooker's back on the ground, so you got Hooker and Danaher, and for all he's playing on Hooker, so Danaher's being picked up by Gibson. It was just the ball was in the air, and Gibson just worried about the extra height of Danaher, grabbed on and just pulled him away from the contest. It was a free kick all day, and he went back and kicked the goal. So that extra height when those two tools are on just worries the Hawks a bit.
Mickey Warner down at the boundary, mate. There's only 3 minutes to play in the quarter. They're ringing the changes.
Yeah, Clarko's not happy. First time he's ever coached without Hodge, Mitchell or Lewis.
So the ball is a restart, and McAvoy is winning a free kick against McKernan. He goes to Duray, who hasn't had a lot of the ball tonight, and that's probably why he turned it over straight to the opposite number 8, Gleeson. Well, he hasn't had a great night either because he's just muffed his kick. He gave it only to O'Meara, who hand-passed it back to Duray, who was standing about 30 centimetres away.
He's had a quiet quarter too, O'Meara. They need him to lift, just the 4 disposals. 28 minutes into the third quarter.
8 for 280 in the cricket. So the Aussies losing another wicket. 82 overs bowled in the day's play as the ball is held up on the wing position here at the MCG. Your Saturday night footy here on 3AW for KFC's $2.50 gravy and chips. Finger licking good. As the restart, the ball squeezes out the side, using his pace, his merit, kicking the ball to the attacking 50. Danaher in the sandwich, comes over the back, Zaharakis running to the boundary, hooks a kick towards goal, and it is shallow and out of bounds on the full on the same side of the ground as which he shot, which is the right pocket.
And they've moved Sicily forward. Sirioli has had 7 disposals tonight, just 1 in this third quarter, so they need a spark, and they're hoping it'll be Sicily.
So Hawthorn now to relieve the pressure. Gunston in the back pocket, long towards the southern side of the ground, fisted away, running onto the footy, a chance for Isaac Smith, paddled on to Rioli, who soccers off the ground, but Ambrose in the way, did very well. While lying on the ground, he handballed off to Kelly, who switches the play to Collier, who's looked energetic tonight. Collier now kicks it wide, beautifully placed to Parrish. Parrish has got it, 75 from goal, left half forward. Bombers to the punt road end. He drives it long. High, it'll land 20 from goal. Up Gibson, couldn't take it. Handball from Goddard, a wild on one. Only to the advantage of Shields, who soccers towards Sicily. Good pressure from Ambrose. Did it well. Now Cole Langford of Essendon. Oh, don't take it on too much, son. You'll get caught. He handballs to Ambrose. Handball to McKernan, who has he shot for goal from outside 50, and he's kicked it. Can you believe it? A pancake parlour goal of the night.
Lovely.
Wow, that was special. And Essendon now really grinding the Hawks into the turf. 12-12-84 the Bombers. Hawthorn 9-14-68. The margin out to 16 points. We've played 31 minutes on the Munn scoreboard. And bearing in mind at one point earlier in this quarter at the 5-minute mark, Hawthorn led by 13 points. In fact, they led by 13 points at the 15-minute mark of the quarter. So this has been a dramatic turnaround. The Bombers have kicked 6 of the last 7 goals.
The minute it left Sean McKernan's boot from 52 metres, his hand was in the air. He was pointing with the one finger. He knew it was on line. He's been in good goal-kicking form through the JLT series, so we shouldn't be too surprised.
And the one finger salute, that's the pointer finger
Yep.
to the sky. I don't know who he's pointing at, but he liked it. Ball is now kicked inside the attacking 50 for the Hawks. Off hands, it's won by Kelly. And his Dax pulled down as it was knocked to the boundary, and out of bounds she goes. Well, this big crowd is just starting to hum a bit more. There's more Essendon supporters here than Hawthorn. They didn't know what they were going to get. They've certainly got a spirited performance so far from the Bombers. Can they keep it going?
Oh, boy. It's a free kick from shepherding. The umpire is just... So it must have been a player's come in contact or blocked the ruckman in Ben McAvoy.
Been a lot of confusion in the second one tonight, where they're just confused about who the nominated ruckman was. They're saying McAvoy didn't get a chance to go at it.
It was the young fella, McGrath. Or Merritt, sorry.
Yeah, I reckon it was Merritt.
He was watching his opponent. The wasn't watching where McAvoy was. The boundary throwing was a bit short. McAvoy tried to get to it, was unfortunately inadvertently blocked.
So he sends it home. Beautiful straight kick off the boot by Big Ben McAvoy. Becomes the first multiple goal kicker for the Hawks. His second. And the Hawks have 10-14-74. They hit back pretty quickly. Essendon are 12-12-84, so the margin is 10 points. Long quarter, nearly 33 minutes gone. We've got 6 small seconds to play in the quarter, and that is on the Munns scoreboard. Munns, the lawn fertiliser specialist.
Well, nothing makes you more frustrated as a coach than giving up a goal in the last 20 or 30 seconds. And as you mentioned, 6 seconds on the clock. And unfortunately, and it was one of those ones where, yes, the free kick was there, but it's just such a soft way to give up a goal. I'd be disappointed with that, but I tell you what, it's been a great quarter by the Bombers.
Well, you can tweet us at 3AW Footy or search for us on Facebook, 3AW Football. And we hope you're enjoying this coverage tonight here in your Saturday nighters. Back in the middle of the ground we go for the 6 seconds. Knocked down by Mitchell to O'Meara, the 2 newcomers. Off to an old stager in Burgoyne. He sockers it out with a wing. The siren sounds. 3/4 time and the scene is set. 10-point ball game. Game on. 33.5 minutes that quarter went for. Hawthorn at 10-14-74, 12-12-84. What's going on, boys?
Yeah, a bit of angst out there. Looks like Sicily and Brendan Goddard might be talking about the hole-in-ones they got the other day.
He's probably just saying you should come to my island. In the end, they are broken up pretty quickly, and the players make their way to their respective huddles. And as I said, the scene is set for what is going to be a great finish to this game, we hope. 10-point lead to Essendon after they trailed at half-time by 8 points. 4 goals to Fantasia, 2 to Hooker, singles to McKernan, Heppel, Zaharakis, Stanton, and of course Joe Danaher has 2 goals, 2-3 actually for the night. 2 to McAvoy for the Hawks, 1 to Roughhead, 1 to Hartung, 1 to Smith, 1 to Bruce, 1 to Schoenmakers, 1 to Shields, 1 to Puopolo, and 1 to Cyril Rioli. There's a lot of them. 3/4 time here on your Saturday night on 3AW Football. We'll be back with their thoughts on the game so far. Matthew Lloyd and Mark Bickley. This is 3